All right, here we are. We're back. We're back. It's full board vision. Full board vision. And in today's stream, we're doing composition study. We've had a composition donated by the one and only Gainsworth. I'm going to try and solve this study. Or this composition of your man Gainsworth. By the way, my graphic design team have been working around the clock on the new logo, so thanks to them. They're understaffed for sure, but, you know, they've been working really hard, so I'd like to thank them. Understaffed for sure, but they are overpaid. Kind of works out. All right, let's try and solve this this puzzle. What's going on in this position? Have a look. So they've got 3 minor pieces. 2 minor pieces were a knight down. We're also pawns down. Split pawns on the side. Their king is right in the middle. Our king is very safe. We don't really need to worry about any checks for the moment. And it feels like it has to be a king hunt. I mean, if we win a piece back, we're still going to be down on pawns. Still material down. So. Okay. So what else do we notice about the position? There's a bunch of captures that are possible. There's queen takes f5. There's bishop takes b4. There's rook takes b4. That's it. There's a load of checks. There's bishop f4 check. There's rook d7 check. There's rook e6 check. And that's it. Now, this being a Gainsworth composition, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be serious. And I'm pretty sure that the correct move is going to be worthy of a
double exclam.
All right, so let's try and solve this guy. What are my thoughts here? I mean, what are our opponent's threats? Well, our rook is attacked, right? So king takes e7 looks pretty bad for it. Bishop takes d2 is also a threat. And our queen is glued to our a4 bishop. Okay. Okay. Candidate moves. I mean, one candidate move is just save the rook, right? Retreat. Retreat to e2. That can't be the solution. Can't be. There's these 2 checks. Why would they be in? Because this one forces rook takes. The rook d7 is probably a candidate. Rook e6 is probably a candidate. Check out. Bishop b4 and rook b4, I guess, are both candidates. Other than that, you know, maybe rook d1 somehow. And of course bishop f4. Now, if king takes e7 really is a threat. How do we meet that? So I think bishop g5 is a candidate move. And probably rook DE1 is a candidate. Okay, so let's just try and rule out rook D7. Rook D7, rook takes D7, and what's the follow-up? Well, actually, bishop F4 is the follow-up. And then there are two moves. I'm going to say King D2 there, King E7, sorry. Let's use some colors. Let's use some colors. We're looking at rook D7 check, rook D7, bishop F4, King E7. I mean, there's two moves there, I guess. There's Queen E2. Sorry. Queen E2. Stop apologizing. And there's rook E1 check. Rook E1 check is bishop E1, right? So you can't really do that. So instead then... Oh, I think it should be Queen E2 check. Then the king's just running off, right? Oh, the king isn't running off. I just saw something cool. Okay, there's bishop E6. I don't believe in it. There's also King D8 there. I don't believe in that. I'm ruling out rook D7 due to just rook. All right, rook E6. Just king. Why not? Doesn't look like that. Probably rook E1. What about King C2? King F7. This is a lesson for me in coordinates. So I don't like rook E6 either. So those two, I just don't see them working. My next favorite move. By the way, I also see this that there's some Queen E4. That looks ridiculous, right? Because they can play F takes, bishop take. Alright, I'm going to put on the board, I'm going to consider now bishop G5. Now the obvious attempt to destroy this is HG5. Why did we do this? I guess what we want to do there is play Queen E2. Anything else that we could do in that? Queen E2 then. This threatens Queen D4, which is a mate. Okay. How do they meet the threat of Queen D4 mate? I guess I could play Queen takes A4. They could also play Knight C2. We could also play bishop d5 for some clearance. I think that would be just fine. I don't think we can handle all of those problems. The bishop g5, hg, queen e2, queen takes a4. And queen a4, there's queen e5, king e6, rook c7. King b5. Okay, so maybe the more accurate move. I can't see much further than that. Perhaps the more accurate move is bishop g5, hg, queen e2. Colors. Just bishop d5. Bishop e4. Surely we calculated the end. Really not. Okay, so what about queen e4, which looks completely ridiculous? I mean, surely is. F takes e4. Difficult. Queen takes, queen e4, fe, and then our rook on e7 is hanging. Don't like that. Okay. What about rook e1 then? BE. Rook BE1, I'm just going to say bishop takes d2. I can't see a way out there. Nothing looks like it's working. What do you do with this? What about rook e2? Does that really threaten anything? Oh, it does, doesn't it? The rook. Ah, haha. Hey, this is clever. This is clever. Right now, we found a move I like. Rook e2. Or I mean, any rook retreat. I mean, where are you going to retreat to? We move this rook along the e file. E2 is the most natural square for me. Why not e3? We don't want to block the bishop. Obviously e4, e5, e6 are all just going to get captured. And I don't want to go all the way back to e1 because, I mean, I have ideas of bringing the b rook over. So, rook e2, what's the threat? I think the threat's bishop f4 and that's a mate now. Like a really beautiful mate. The rook e2. And the natural move, in my mind, at least to defend against its mate, is bishop take. e2. So far so good for them. You know what else threatens me? The move of that, you see, they missed this capture. Rook takes a7. Okay, rook a7, queen a7. Okay, let's go back to rook e2. Bishop takes d. Oh. Okay, so this gives us the idea of rook takes b4. CB. Oh, that gives them a flag. And rook e2. Threatening. Threatening bishop. Okay. So rook e2, bishop takes d2. I don't see a way out though. This was kind of the most promising line, and then it made a threat. The idea here isn't to solve this thing quickly, it's to solve it slowly. Enjoy it. Think about the process, try and understand the process. Try and concentrate with this. Stream beats on in the background. It doesn't look like we've got much going for us after bishop take. Honesty. Doesn't look like we've got it. That seems to be a refutation. e2, bishop d2. Oh, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Queen b2? Keeps things going. Right now is queen e5 mate. So let's explore. Rook e2. Bishop takes d2. Queen b2. Can play queen a4. But I mean, that does allow queen f6. So perhaps for them, stop that line. We're going deep, too deep, two deep down lines before we find a good candidate for it. Rook e2. Bishop takes d2. We go queen b3, they can play c3. It isn't like we have... I don't think. I don't really like. What about Queen B2 to begin with? Is that worth anything? Tactical defense of E7 rook. Seven. Covered. Six. Okay, so what about rook b4? Rook b4, c takes b4, reason gives the king a flight square. Then let's say we play bishops. There. Gives them just so much time. I don't believe in that. Anything else after rook b4? Let's see it. See it. Oh, huh? Could be something to do with getting rid of this rook on e8. This rook here. D8. Missing torch. Queen b d3. But nothing left. This is hard. Games with puzzles are hard. Bishop G. B4. Like allowing CB. But like this retort. This is difficult. This is really difficult. And what's difficult about it? Let's try and think about what's difficult about it. Every line seems very long. You get to a calculation where it just looks foggy, and you're a lot of material down, so you don't want to carry on. But that still gives you the feeling that you haven't fully dealt with them. Like in my mind, I'm still thinking, well, maybe rookie, maybe bishop, maybe bishop. Difficult. Deep. Alright, but what about rook b1? Okay, rook b1. Again, threatening bishop f4. E natural move is bishop takes. Pretty annoying. That's it. Indulge again in rook takes. Didn't think about that. That's serious. Queen takes a7. The bishop f4 check. d2. Queen e2. King e. And there are moves like just e5, bishop e5. Gave up a whole rook. I believe in that. Another follow up. a7. I don't see it. How can we have everything? Can we have everything? Bishop D. Takes D. What's the... Which to some extent threatens Queen F4. Have a look at threatens Queen C4. Which they could defend again. Way too slow. Right, just... I don't think we... Let's look again at Bishop F. And takes. E7. Okay, rook D7. Check. Rook takes D7. Actually, okay, now I'm getting a sense of things. Taken a while. Has taken a while. Now rook takes b4. If they play cb4, right? I think. Do we then have bishop b4? Like, bear with me, because this defends our rook, right? All about defending this rook. So let's put this in the right colors so that my millions of viewers can see. The natural... Right. And in fact, actually, that's beautiful. There's only one legal move in that position. queen takes b4. Okay, queen takes b4, and then we play queen e2. Now queen e2 appears to make a threat to bring the queen to e5. How can you deal with that threat? Well, there are checks in the position, but they're going to end up giving up the queen. I mean, there's a check. I don't think the check on b1 does anything in that position. The thing I think that we have to calculate first is queen takes a4. Right, so we've given up all the material, right? We're now a rook and 2 minor pieces down. Is there a mate in that position? If there is, then we might be onto something. But I know how a Gainsworth composition works. If there's a mate in that position, we might be onto something. If you're going to try and mate in that position, I guess there's only one move, and that move is queen e5. Then there are 2 legal moves. There's king e6, or king c6, and there's king c5. I guess against both of these moves. No, not necessarily. Okay. Let's deal first with king c5, because I think the king wants to get to b4. Oh, I think there are 2 checks here. There's either queen c7. Or there's rook c7. And then it's starting to get quite wide. The branches. I think you go to rook c7. You go queen c7. Our rook looks sort of misplaced. Okay, so we go rook c7. They go king b4. Let's another piece b4. b4. Well, there's a couple of moves there, aren't there? There's queen e7 check. Oh, there's queen b2. Queen b2 check. This will be met with queen b3. Probably not that. It looks like we've given up way too much material. Picture it out with a piece. With the move queen e. What's the line? Queen lands on queen e5. Queen C. After so Queen E5. King definitely goes to C5. Did we miss anything on the way? So rook takes b4. db. Bishop takes b4. Queen takes b4. Queen e2. Queen takes a4. Queen e5. King c5. Three. Alright, that looks like too much. I don't see it. The queen on a4. And all the dark squares. I don't see. e8. 4. I mean, we're getting close. b2. Queen b3. Then, unfortunately, there's no rook b7s. Yeah, okay. Let's indulge this one more time. So rook d7. Rook takes d7. Bishop f4. King e2. e7 actually. We need to check. King d8. Don't see anything. Okay, so far, what have we learned? I don't think rook d7 works. Although it gives us a way to force the bishop to f4 with check. But the king looks like it finds a home in the dark squares. At least I can't see a way through. Rook takes b4 looks interesting. There's a long line, but I think the king just escapes. After bishop takes b4, queen b4, queen e2, queen takes a4, queen e5, king. In that position, after queen e5, check. King c, rook c7. And even play queen c6 there and try and give up the queen. He's got so much material for the queen. But let's say they don't. Let's say they play king 4. There might be a queen e7. Okay. This is solid. It's rock solid. Rock solid. Let's have a look again then at bishop g5. H takes g5. We need to. Red. e5. Mate. c3, queen a4. I'm not sure actually. Bishop c, I don't think bishop c3 is going to. Might be. And then queen a4. just so. In here an hour. Okay, how about bishop b4 first? King takes d2, e6, 7. King's getting. The one move we haven't considered is rook e5. King e5. Why would that help? Because then you can get rook e1 with check. And the king can't go back to d6 because of bishop f4 is a mate. Instead they'll go back to, say this is the line. King f6. Let's put the e1, king f6. So let's see way forward. H. Oh, this is really, really tough. Okay, one final shot. Bishop d5, hg. Then rook takes b4. cb. Does that transpose? No, it doesn't transpose. Because now there's a pawn on b4. There wasn't in the previous line. You joking me? Bishop g5, hg. Rook takes b4. C takes b4. And then we play queen e2. Now, queen e5 threatens mate. And there's not much to be done about it, I think. It doesn't threaten mate. Okay, the king can always go to c5. Okay, but let's just deal with queen takes a4 first. Queen takes a4, and then and only then, we play queen e5 check. King c5. This looks different. But I still can't see a mate there. Is there some crazy? Quick king c5, queen c7. Now there's two moves. There's either king b5 or queen c6. Queen c6 is by far the more natural move. Okay, but then there's two checks. There's queen takes a7 and there's queen a5. The queen a5, the king's going to get to d4 and then wander off. So instead we play queen takes a7. By the way, that's after the queen has landed on 6. Then we're going to go queen a7. Check. Okay. Now the king can actually just go back to d6. I think. Oh, that just looks like they've survived. Okay, so instead of queen a7, we do queen a5. Queen a5, let's say the king goes to d6. Queen takes b4. And in our rook. The only move there actually is queen d5. Oh, that looks fine. There's no move to drag the queen away. Drag the king away, sorry. So I don't think any of that works. Okay. But instead of that, what if we play rook c7? Looks like a more reasonable move all round, doesn't it? King b6. Yeah, king b6, and we don't have anything. Thought we had it there. Thought we had it. The line I was looking at was bishop g5, hg, rook takes b4, c takes b4, queen e2, with the threat of queen e5, forcing king c5. They take our bishop. Red arrow. Then we go queen e5. They go king c5. It looks like they're just getting away with it. Annoyingly. Difficult. This puzzle is just too difficult. Gainsworth special. Give this for an hour now. Did we miss anything? I mean, what if they just take out rook? Anyway. Probably not good. That's probably not right. Lesson learned. Bishop G. Okay, let's look again at this. King B2. Too difficult. Well, we might have to leave and come back to this. But what did we learn from? It's really about candidates, isn't it? And then analysing each candidate only once. what we've done is just this ad hoc kind of spaghetti attack on the position. Didn't really conclude anything apart from that we can't solve it. Okay, so once again, let's just try and say what our candidate moves are at least. Right, rook b1. Rook e2. Looked attractive. Rook d7 check looked attractive. And bishop g5 looked attractive. And also rook takes b. The only other move that I didn't think of there, bishop c. Let's see what happens there. Bishop c3, bishop takes c3, queen e2. c3, bishop takes c3, queen e2. And they can even just play queen e4 there. Does he? Oh, okay. Gonna call it a day there. We'll come back. We'll have a think. And we'll see if we can solve this beast by end. All right. Anyway.